Ladies and gentlemen, when I was in my early and mid-teens, I used to visit one of my neighbors, Maud Riley. Now, the kids in the neighborhood and my brothers and sisters thought that I was going to visit Sandy, her daughter, who was my age. But I was interested in visiting the mother because she treated me in a different way than did most people. To Maud, I wasn't a blind, helpless person. I was just a person who couldn't see. To Maud, I wasn't handicapped. I was a handy person to have around. So when she worked in the flower beds, she showed me the weeds, and I pulled weeds and clipped rose bushes too. When she worked in the kitchen, I washed and dried dishes. And when she painted, so did I. Now, one day I was visiting Maud. As I approached the door, I smelled paint. And I sensed that the front door was open. As I stepped in, I felt the drop cloth underneath my feet. And I knew she was busy. So I said, Maud, I'll come back when you're not as busy. She said, no, Dana, you stay because I have a job for you too. And she handed me a roller, showed me where the pan of paint was, and directed me to begin with the ceiling. Now, I got on the stepladder and I started painting. Now, you might wonder, how does a blind guy paint a ceiling? Well, I pictured that rectangular shape in strips that were about as wide as the roller. So I would strike back and forth with even strokes. And Maud would tell me when I missed a spot. We finished that room. And it was her front room, mind you. It wasn't one of the rooms in the back that you could hide. First room that you see when you step into the house. And I asked Maud after the job was finished, why did you have me to start with the ceiling? She said, well, before you came, I was trying to paint the ceiling, and every time I'd look up, paint would splatter in my face. She said, I figured you could do it without looking up. Now, whenever Maud gave me a job to do, she would quote this poem. If a job is once begun, leave it not until it's done. Be the task great or small, do it well or not at all. Now, I don't know if Maud realized the impact that she would have, but nearly 40 years ago, those words were planted through my ears, settled in my mind and in my heart, and created in me a commitment to excellence. And I have come to believe that the characteristic actions of the person who is committed to excellence are these: to excel, to extend, to endure, to enjoy. I call them the 4 E's of excellence. And observe that these are action words, because excellence is something you do. Excellence is not the goal, it's the process for getting there. Excellence is not a target toward which you muster up effort, it's the mustering of the effort. You can set goals, that's important to do. You can establish benchmarks to measure your progress, that's important to do. But if you do not process your work, if you do not act in excellence, the result of it will not be excellence. So I want to share with you the 4 E's of excellence. The first E, excel. To excel is to do better today than you did yesterday.